loud levels.
It's a super sensitive.
I mean, it is a 5 below. We got a 5 belower. Anywho, we're outside. We're outside of the Lyric. Hold on.
Whoever has my sister's cat, please return it. The cat has been missing for 2 days. Please give Mr. Bean back to Chloe, my sister. She wants her cat back. Please give it to her. Please and thank you.
Right in front of the corn toss, and there's this guy just hitting people left and right.
Yeah, please, sure, we're at
He's hit like 3 people already. And he's hitting more, and he's hurting people's wrists, and right out front, like right in front, directly in front, on the crosswalk.
They're awkward and weird. What? Cha-cha-cheetah. Free-wheel bicycle.
Oh, man. Three-Wheel Bicycle Podcast. Coming at you again. This is another episode. Obviously, it's another fucking episode. Another episode for this week. I gotta give a huge shout out to Cletus Ray and the Roadside Service Podcast. Man, that was an amazing conversation. 2.5 hours. What did we talk about? Well, that's one of those things you'll just have to go back into the catalog and check it out. It went from here to there, and essentially you were riding in a truck in Kansas. He was trucking, and I was just sitting here in this office chair in the garage. It was hotter than what? Peggy Bundy? Ooh, I don't know. That's a pretty hard one to top. Anywho, so the funny thing, well, I mean, it was an amazing conversation. Don't get me wrong there. Ended up, cracked some brewskis pretty early in the morning. I guess, noon, which is, I think acceptable. But so had quite a few. And, the wife was not too happy when she got home. She beat me. I do have a black and blue eye right now. I'm joking. No, ended up drinking way too many brewskis. Drove my beautiful 2003 Chevy S10 to the car wash. And I guess the issue with that is expired tags, Plus I was also, don't try any of this shit at home. Driving with expired tags and a little buzzed up, that could have led to some bad things. But luckily it did not. Went to work the next day, feeling great, grand. Except for, it was just a couple hours, don't get me wrong, but the thing was, is it felt like somebody had repeatedly kicked me on, like, the inside of my thigh. And, the shitty thing is like, I'm a server. I wait on people, You know, it's not that difficult of a job. I mean, I guess, some people can say that it is, kind of difficult. But, either or, it just, it fucking sucked at the end of the day. My hip hurt. Only worked for a couple hours. Came home, pretty much just laid on the couch the rest of the night. Oh, I guess it was later on that I started feeling a little bit better. I seen that it was kind of funny. I was playing. I don't know if any of you played the new Call of Duty Black Ops 6, but they have like a Beavis and Butthead. You can do their characters. Well, my youngest daughter was in the living room when I was playing, and my favorite character is Butthead. But, he was like talking and laughing and stuff, and the youngest goes, "Mom, what would happen if Dad really talked like that?" It would have been that would be something. She all of a sudden, you know how kids just say the craziest shit, but all of a sudden it was, what do you think would happen if people would just like leave their babies in the street and all of a sudden they'd crawl into the sewer drains in the streets? Where are you coming up with this shit, Mabry? Too funny. But yeah, she really something. Anywho, give another shout out to Broken Wing Nuts podcast. Some fellows are out of Canada, to be exact. You just have to go check. I'm not gonna explain what it is. You'll just have to go check out their show. Really cool dudes. And I'm not saying this just to blow smoke up your fucking ass. I actually talked to Jason quite a bit. Real good dude. To be quite honest with you, doing this whole podcast and shit, when you put yourself out there, and I've talked about this many times before, but in the groups and shit, you don't get very many people that are actually like true blue. You know what I mean? 9 times out of 10 they want to sell you something, which I get, but every now and again you come up and you meet some real cool people. And I will say that about Jason and them fellows up north. Let's see. I see that for all you Eminem lovers, not the candy, the hip-hop artist. He's got a movie called Stands out. I seen there was a little movie premiere. Did not get to check it out. I bet it is pretty interesting. I don't know if... I'm sure a lot of you are around my age that are tuned in or listen to this shitty podcast. Man, that time period was, really something. Plus, well, I mean, obviously the time period, but, like that album, that had Stan on it. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody knows that song. Please don't go to broke down. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yep. So hopefully that'll be out soon. Another, damn, my voice is raspy now. Another movie I'd recommend checking out. I haven't seen it yet, but it's Friendship. with Tim Robinson. And I tell you what, he's probably one of my favorite actors. He's got the Detroiters series. Definitely check that out. And I Think You Should Leave. It was on Netflix. Him and Paul Rudd star in that. It just has like this goofy kind of comedy. If you've seen Detroiters, or I Think You Should Leave, it seems like it's right around that. Same kind of shit. Let's see here. What do we got? Here? Today is National Rice Pudding Day. Rice Pudding Day. I don't know about you, but I've never liked rice pudding. Gross. My kid loves it. I'm more of a butterscotch man. Butterscotch. It is also National Book Lovers Day. What is one of the latest books that you have read? Throw it down in the little comment section. And let's see, what else do we got here? National Garage Sale Day, which is pretty rad. We went garage sailing last weekend and thrifting. Super fun. Always enjoy that. Good times. Good times. We had to drive all the way up to the mountain, which, I mean, wasn't a bad thing, but it's fucking sketchy. Like, there's, on some parts of Casper Mountain, there's like no guardrail, and I don't know, it's just super sketch. I used to have to drive the shit truck up and down that fucking thing, and, well, I guess I talked about it with Cletus on the last show, but, yeah, super sketch. Wasn't a fan. Super bummed once we got up there, because the item that I had seen in the photo, someone fucking bought it, but wasn't meant to be. I don't know why I did the Cheers thing, but either or. I'm trying to find if my phone will cooperate. Oh, here we go. Bada bing, bada boom. Who remembers those Lobster tanks at Walmart? I remember one year, it was New Year's. It would have been 2000. Man, I can't remember if it was 02 or 03. It would have had to have been no, it would have been 03. Anyway, so some friends and myself, we drove from Platte, South Dakota, all the way to Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Went to the Walmart, and they ended up getting a couple of those lobsters out of that out of that fucking tank, and ended up letting them battle. Little lobster fight action later on. Man, some pretty good coffee. A little breakfast blend, Folgers breakfast blend. But yeah, lobsters fighting. What a time to be alive. Speaking of Canada, fellas up north, apparently Canada's new biodegradable battery made from tree pulp fully dissolves in soil and leaves no toxic waste behind. Shit, that's pretty damn cool. Hopefully, here in a bit, I will play it. I was messing with the chat, GTP. last night. And yeah, I was like, create a outlaw country song about three-wheel bicycle podcast in Vanderheiden design. And it did. But another thing too, like, I fucking asked it about pictures like that were inside of, the Sioux Falls prison and, shit like that. And there's the one that's in Jameson, which is the maximum. And that's where, like, you first go there right away. That's where the fish tank's at and shit. But, man, this cafeteria photo, like, hoofda. I mean, gives me really weird goosebumps and everything. And then one would be like, why the fuck are you looking at that? And then I guess my response would be, because then it keeps me in fucking check. And then I see where I was at to how I came about now. It might sound stupid. Whatever. To each their fucking own. But I was just curious, so I had to check it out. This is pretty interesting. Chrissy Nome blasts South Park, calling the show lazy and petty after it betrayed her as a dog shooting Botox using Ice Agent. It never ends, but it is so lazy to constantly make fun of women for how they look. It's always the liberals and the extremists who do that. If they wanted to criticize my job, go ahead and do that. But clearly they can't. They just pick something petty like that. Noam said she didn't watch the episode because she was going over budget numbers and stuff. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think about that show, South Park? I mean, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Me personally, I don't watch it on a regular basis. But yeah, they are usually pretty close to a lot of the stuff that's going on, which I'm sure is why they have so many seasons like they do. But yeah, they could have made her look a little bit better. I mean, oh, funny. Okay, let's see. Maybe I got some more funny. I sure do. Oh, speaking about games, video games earlier. So the Battlefield 6 game, it's not released. It's just the beta. It's just the demo. Right? The other night when I was out here painting, I hopped on TikTok and I'm scrolling through there and I'm seeing people playing this. So I'm like, oh shit. Go in the house. I started downloading it. Game looks super fun. Super fun. Get done painting. Go in. It will not let me play. Everything is locked. The game is downloaded, but I can't get into anything. Well, come to find out, if you buy the early access to the game, pre-order the game, then you got access to the demo right away, which is cool. I guess makes sense, but I was just kind of bummed because I wanted to play it. That's my instant gratification kicking in. Yeah, checked it out this morning. You still can't get into it. I mean, you can, but it's the first time I've seen this shit. So I hopped on, and then it actually tells you that it says that there's a lot of people that are playing this game right now. And you're just essentially kind of put in this room, like a waiting room type thing. And what was I? I was like 100,000 and something, like on the list. And it's like, man, fuck this, dude. You know what I mean? I'll wait a couple days. Wait a couple days and try her again. If not, fucking whatever. I got painting to do, so. Ooh. So as. No, I'm not gonna fucking talk. That's dumb. Let's see. That's a nope. That's another no. Trying to look for some. Just oh, here we go. Here we go. In 1980, an invisible wall formed at the 3M tape plant with massive static electricity built up around the polyurethane tape. The charge was so strong that people couldn't even walk through it. That's pretty gnarly. That's pretty gnarly stuff. Yeah. Gnarly shit. Yeah, most of all this shit I've already talked about. Let's see, what else did we do in the past couple days? Oh, took my middle daughter golfing. That was pretty cool. I don't know if any of you have children, and when you're just like, oh, let's go do this. It'll be really fun, maybe some people don't like golf or whatever. Fucking cool story. But I guess where you could argue and be like, oh, it doesn't even sound like fun. But anyway, I guess it's not your fucking story. It's mine. Yeah, we was out there. I just took her out to the driving range. And after she just hit a couple. I mean, obviously, you know what I mean? It was her first time, so she's not going to be a fucking beast. But, first couple times when she actually did hit the ball, and then seeing the smile on her face and all that, and then it's like, yeah. And then I gave her shit, obviously. I was like, oh, you didn't think he was going to have any fun. But that was pretty cool. So that opened up a new door, which is really cool. Because after a while, once kids start growing up, then it's like, try to find something, that can relate to them with, or, And I guess, to be quite honest with you, that was one thing that, kind of struggled with for quite a while. I mean, shit, pretty much I fucking go to work, a couple days out of the week and paint. I'll paint, and then I'll, record podcasts. Like, I don't really do a whole lot. I think both of the girls have been on the show before. And, I've had them painting and stuff too, but I don't know. It's just not really the same, I guess. I think it's, what is it, next week? Next week I'm going to Our Savior's preschool, do some painting with the kids there. That's going to be pretty fun. I did that last year. And they sure dig it. You know what I mean? Well, of course. Of course the kids are going to dig painting. Because it's painting. And the other cool thing, too, is like, like after you do, like, the planet or whatever, and then you pull up the little, I don't know what you would use. You could use a fucking spray cap lid, or like a coffee can, like that plastic lid cover. But when you pull that up, and just the look on their faces and everything, and anybody's, in general. It's just really cool. It's really cool. And it's almost like there's a purpose while you're doing this, I guess. Well, not really, I guess. I need to get that shit out of my fucking vocabulary, too. Well, let's see. Been rocking for 25 minutes now. Went over a couple things. You guys want to hear this chat GTP shit or what? I don't really have any other shit that's popping too much. All right, so I'm going to start with this.
Wheel Bicycle podcast and Van der Heyden design artwork into a dusty, baroom storytelling vibe, like something you'd hear from Waylon Jennings after too much whiskey and too little sleep. Title, 3 wheels and a paintbrush. Verse 1. Well, the road ain't straight, it's crooked and mean. We're rolling 3 wheels through the Badlands scene. Got a mic in my hand and a story to tell about ghosts, outlaws, and raising some hell. Verse 2, now Van der Heyden's got a paint-stained hand, turning wild visions into something you can stand. Neon cowboys, vultures in flight, every brush strokes a campfire at night. Chorus, 3-wheel bicycle riding through the dark, laughing about trouble and leaving our mark. With a sketch on the table and a whiskey in glass, we're the kind of fools that time can't pass. Verse 3. We don't run on rules, just gasoline dreams. Rusty chrome echoes and outlaw schemes. From the canvas to the airwaves, we tell it raw. Ain't no sheriff in town that can write our law. Chorus, 3-wheel bicycle, riding through the dark, laughing about trouble and leaving our mark. With a sketch on the table and a whiskey in glass, we're the kind of fools that time can't pass. Bridge. So here's to the nights when the paint runs thin, to the busted up rides and the places we've been. Every podcast's a campfire. Every stroke is a song. In this 3-wheel life, we all belong. Outro. Yeah, Van der Heyden's colours and a microphone hum. 2 outlaw hearts beating like a war drum. 3-wheel bicycle. We ain't slowing down. Just rolling this art through every wild town. If you want, I can also write it so it can be sung with a Waylon Jennings or Johnny Cash rhythm, with chord progressions to match the outlaw country feel. That way it's performance ready.
Pretty crazy shit. Pretty crazy shit. That was one of the chat GTP deals. I'm gonna play this. Let's see. Yep, I'm gonna play this one.
Gotcha.
Whoa.
Let's give it that outlaw country storytelling style, keep it gritty, and tie in Mitchell, South Dakota as the origin story before rolling into Wyoming. Started out back in Mitchell, South Dakota, just a small town, big dreams, and a sketchbook full of trouble. Van der Heyden Design was born there, turning scraps of paper into outlaw art, the kind that makes folks stop, stare, and grin. Then the road called west, across the plains to Wyoming, where that crooked old vulture found a microphone. 3-wheel bicycle podcast hit the dirt. A little bit of laughter, a little bit of truth, and a whole lot of stories you ain't heard nowhere else. From the Corn Palace streets to the High Plains wind, this ride's been long, dusty, and wild. But one thing's for sure, Van der Heyden Design and the 3-wheel bicycle podcast, they ain't just telling stories, they're living them. I can now turn this into full outlaw country lyrics, so it could actually be played with a guitar, drums, and steel guitar as a proper theme song. That way it's not just an intro, it's singable.
Nuts, huh? Nuts. I mean, yeah, you can pretty much type anything into it. Let's see, is it gonna... I'll probably get kicked off now. Anyway, yep, the old chat GTP. P to the G to the A to the C. You know me, I'm Stevie V. I'm the host of the podcast Three Wheel Bicycle. Shit. Anywho, yeah, I just wanted to hop on here. Once again, thank you to Cletus Ray. Yeah, I love the cross promotion stuff. I ain't never. It was so crazy. So when I had released the episode, and then the next morning, and then I went and I looked, and that was like the most listens overnight that it's ever happened. It was crazy. So I want to thank you, Cletus, for coming on my show, and you know what I mean? Hopefully you got some new listeners from my side, and vice versa. But yeah, truly appreciate it. And I think, another thing too, Cletus, you inspired me to just fucking record whenever, because it's always been like, oh, Thursdays, we're going to be doing this at 7 o'clock, and it was the live show, and da-da-da-da-da, but, it's kind of nice just to do it like this, and, one of these days we'll get, the other fellas in, and, get some more guests on. I do want to do some more telephone style interviews. I'd like that. I like that feel. No, I mean, nothing against, like, the people that do the interviews, via Zoom or Skype or whatever. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's super cool. It is nice to be able to see the person that you're talking to, but in the end, I always, I like the old school radio vibes, the AM, like talk radio type shit. And I think that's why I got into this whole podcasting thing too. But anywho, I'm going to shut the fuck up. I'm going to go check out this Wyoming Fringe Festival downtown. Going to be a bunch of cool stuff. Shout out to 10 for 10. They're going to be playing down there. I actually entered their little, they had a contest for a free ticket to that. So I got lucky, and I was one of the names that was drawn. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'm going to take the youngest with me. About noon, I guess Brian Gray is going to be doing a set. Not to be confused with the tattoo artist. This is the magician, Brian Gray. Super stoked to see him. Never seen. Heard him on another podcast that was here in town. Fortunately, that show no longer exists, but shit happens. Either or, do me a favor. Leave a comment down below. Say hi, hey, piss off, fuck you, whatever. It helps. It helps the podcast grow. Share it up. And, yeah. Hopefully, learned something. Not hopefully. I'm going to go with that again. You fucking learned something, didn't you? You learned something. That's what this show's about. Learning and laughing. Laughing and learning. I'm out of here. I'm going to go finish up this painting. And, yeah. And then go to the Fringe Festival. But have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your weekend. Maybe I'll put this... Yeah, this will get released Sunday morning. Anyway, thank you for lending me your ear for another episode of that 3-wheel bicycle podcast. I'm your host, Stevie V, and I am out of here.
All right, it wasn't too loud. We are outside now. Doing a little bit of fucking chitter chatter. I'm gonna eat this sandwich that I brought. So heck yeah. Well, anyhow, here's the Five Below Mike. That was Justin from Spangler. Justin from Spangler out of Laramie. Laramie. Maybe he'll come back over here. We'll get a little talk in, maybe. Yeah, outside the lyric. Joey, 10 for 10. He's going to be coming up here shortly. Of course, it's going to be... Yeah. Oh, power stroke action. Yeah. Heck yeah. How are you doing, sir? Good. Boots on the ground in the streets of Casper. Yeah. Yeah, it is. There's lots of activity. So you guys are going on here, what, 10, 20 minutes probably?
Yeah, we're the 9 p.m. set, so about 10, 15, I'm guessing. It's been a full day of fun and adventures at the Fringe Festival Lyric 2025. It's been absolutely incredible. We've got a couple musicians, some performance artists, and and then a few music performances as well.
I actually did record a little bit this morning.
Oh, nice.
But man, I feel like a douche because his name is Byron Gray, not Brian Gray.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, and when I was recording, I was like, let's not get it confused with the tattoo.
yeah.
But wow, what an amazing performance by him.
Yeah, he's very
Pretty
talented,
cool
man.
shit.
He's really well recognized throughout the country.
Oh, really? So he's just not just a local
Yeah,
guy.
he's played Vegas and things like that, man.
Holy
He's
shit.
the real deal, yeah.
That
So
is
he's an actual traveling magician of sorts. And then, I can't remember the other guy. We're kindred gingers, and I can't remember his frickin' name. The other magician, and he travels and makes good coin off his works.
Shit, yeah. So this 2-day event.
Yeah.
More shit.
Saturday noon to 9, Sunday noon to 5. Oh, there's even opera performances.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, there was one today too, and then there'll be one or two of them tomorrow as well.
Well, I missed the Peep show.
I'll get you a peek. Don't you worry. The burlesque in the late night.
Did you get a chance to check it out?
I did not. We were busy with a couple other tasks at that time.
I was trying to get the wife to come down for that too. Well, I already told you the story, but unfortunately, but shit happens. It's not going to be the last time that 10 for 10 plays. You got some upcoming shows, correct?
Yeah. So next weekend we got off. Last weekend we were in Loveland filming a video shoot with Globadeath Squad Dirt Bike Crew out of Greenville, Texas.
That was pretty badass.
Well, I didn't see Yeah, dude, it'll keep coming. Don't worry.
Cool.
It'll be an actual YouTube full-on music video.
And you guys are in, man.
I was in the Globe.
That's true.
John's punk ass was not with Riders. I actually, and to everyone that's already asked how did they edit that in, that's a fucking lie. I'm actually performing in the Globe with 2 Riders.
When I seen that too, I mean, you know what I mean? Dude, I bet that was pretty insane.
It was hardcore, man. Hardcore, dude. They're professionals. They took it very seriously. Huge shout out to both riders that day. Any less of a rider would have been much scarier. Those two are very skilled at what they do. They were very serious about what they were doing, and yeah, dude, they made an absolute blast out of it, and we got some good content from there. We got to see a world record be set. Johnny's 4-year-old son rode in there with 2 professional riders, and that's the youngest Globe of Death. He set at 3 years and 10 months. He set a record that we didn't see previously, youngest rider in a Globe, and then at 4 years old, he set youngest rider to ride with 2 additional professionals. Dude, it was absolutely insane to watch. So we got all that footage, and they've asked that be in the music video, so that'll happen.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude. And then this weekend, obviously, Fringe Festival, as we are doing here. And the next weekend, we got the weekend off. We're going to do some other work. And then the next weekend, we're in Grand Island, Nebraska for their rally. Motorcycle bikers on the island, fucking party, dude. So we should be having a good time there. Video work, all that kind of shit will be happening there. And in the month of September, we're going to just hone work, do some maintenance to equipment, and then 1st of October, we head out into the Midwest, where we'll see some of Kansas, some of Missouri, some of Iowa, and then get to come back home from there. So, yeah, that's about all the far out we dare plan and schedule, because things build and progress so much in between that timeline that, you know.
You know, just kind of how we were talking just a little bit earlier, you know, the old lady telling me I could go on the road.
Yeah, dude.
So I'm like starting to think too, you know what I mean, as far as like little art festivals or what have you.
We start making it to where you fit in our rig, man. We'll just roll.
Well, I got the minivan.
Yeah.
I got the minivan. I'm loving the minivan.
All right.
Could deck that sucker out, you know.
Let's do it.
And even if you ain't got room for shit in your ride or whatever, you know what I mean?
Throw shit back and forth and back and forth. We're thinking about running a slightly bigger camper in 2026, so there'll be a couple of beds, dude. You need to crash up.
It's just pretty crazy holding onto this mic.
Is it gonna flip your beer can?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. The art in the park in your hometown, dude, that looked like a fucking blast, dude.
Oh, yeah.
You seem very happy with us.
Yeah.
You seem successful as fuck.
Yep.
Good job.
Got my spot locked in for next year.
Well, yeah, they gotta love you. Local artist returns home to fucking conquer. You know what I mean? Congrats, bro.
Yeah, lots of good people, lots of good times. I mean, sold a bunch of art.
Good.
Hung out, drank beer, laughed.
Yeah. I mean, I think that the Des Moines community would just love you, and I think you'd enjoy it too. The Helter Shelter crew over there, they're a big artist collective, so there's like half a dozen or more artists that rent booths in this big warehouse, and we perform around the skate park area. So,
is that the same place you guys were in? What was it, last year?
Yeah, dude, we've done it twice now. So we're doing another private party for them in October. So it's got us heading to the Midwest.
How was
10-4-10 day, honestly.
Yeah.
October 4th, yeah, we'll be there.
What'd you guys think of Sioux Falls? Was that the first time you were in
first
Sioux
time playing
Falls?
Sioux Falls. That was a huge fucking achievement for me. That's about halfway between where you and I grew up from each other then.
Yeah.
It'd be almost halfway between us. And absolute blast. The address on Google Maps still comes up as a Buffalo Wild Wings, but it's a casino cocktail place that has punk rock nights. So it was a half a dozen band deep festival, indoor festival. They had us headlining for that, and what a fucking blast, dude. Sioux Falls threw down, dude. What a welcoming team. People getting into the books, and just excited for us to be there and just loving on us, and that's what it's all about when you show up to a new place is finding them. So yeah, we definitely love to be back in Sioux Falls again.
It's been a while since I've actually been through Sioux Falls, so
it's growing immensely.
Yeah,
it's huge now, dude.
It's
like a whole ass city.
I was kind of messing around with that chat GTP.
Okay.
Stuff.
Yeah, I seen your what was that bird? What kind of bird was that?
That's a vulture. That's my spirit animal.
That guy looked cool as fuck, dude. I'd wear him on a hat or something, dude, real quick.
So anyway, like, in this episode, you'll hear, like, this other thing about, like this, like, song, about three-wheel bicycle and Vanderheiden's, chat. Anyway, so in there I was like,
This might be us. Keep talking.
Can I see pictures of inside the prison, Sioux Falls, the maximum security one and shit? Dude, like my fucking gnarly goose.
Gross, dude. Why would you want to see that again?
because then you know what I mean. It was like it's one of those things. It's like, oh shit, hey man, you know what I mean. Keep yourself in check.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
live check again.
yeah.
Well, I'm proud of you for all that you've done. Come on inside. I gotta start moving here. It's gonna flow pretty quickly, I feel like.
All right. Well, I'm gonna shut this bad boy up. Here, I got the door for you, my dude. Oh, you're very welcome. Badass set. Oh man, now Johnny's getting the rug ready. There is this lady that's sitting there. You just sit there and you stare at her. It's like part of her thing. I don't know. Maybe the water. Hi. Welcome back. I guess that wasn't the end of the episode entirely. Get a little treat for you. A little treat. Good friends at 10 for 10. I snagged Joey outside right before they went up and did their performance at the Wyoming Fringe Festival there at the Lyric. Yeah, great time. Met, didn't meet. Got to watch Byron Gray perform, do his magician act. Pretty cool stuff. Really cool stuff. But I guess I mentioned that already. Got coffee going. Got my water too, just in case. Voice gets raspy. I don't know how much you like raspy voices, but anyway. So yeah, went and did that last night, and then right before I did sat there and talked with Joey briefly. Before he hopped on, there was this gal that was sitting in there, part of a art. I've seen it before. It was in this documentary. I don't remember what streaming service it was on, but nonetheless, it was. This lady would sit somewhere, and you would just stare at her. There was another one where her and her husband, because they were both artists, they just like sat there and they like slapped each other for hours on end. Very, very strange, but I mean, and you know what? To be quite honest with you, I think that goes back to where I was saying before too, where not all art is fucking art, and I hate it when people say that shit because in my eyes, in my book. And that is not art. But hey, I can't judge or tell you how to live your fucking life. But yeah, it was a pretty incredible experience though. Just I don't even really I guess my question to y'all is when's the last time you sat across from somebody
and just stared at them. Like deep in their soul, essentially, because that's what it was like. You were looking deep in to their soul. The other thing too, I had no idea who this person was, so that's something a little bit different too. You can't just, oh yeah, me and my wife, we sit there and stare at each other all the time. That's not the same thing. I don't even. Yeah, I guess she did blink. I didn't sit there for very long though. It was very that awkward. I guess it was kind of funny because John, the drummer from 10 for 10, his dad is there. Such a funny guy. I fucking shout out to Mr. Senior. But yeah, he. When I was over there, I said, "Hey, will you get my picture?" Da 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 da. And he's like, "Oh yeah." And afterwards, and I told him, I was like, "Hey, you really, really got to go sit down." And I said, "That's something completely. It's a crazy experience." Well, it wasn't. It was probably maybe like the second to last song, maybe that 10 for 10 was doing. I looked over and he was sitting across from her. So that was pretty cool. Shout out, John. Heck yeah. It's always cool when, people they'll take your word for it. Let's see. There was something else I wanted to chit chat about. Oh, so yesterday also, after we went, my youngest daughter and I went to the Byron Gray's show down there at the Lyric. Then we went and there's this bookstore down there on 2nd Street. And she really loves that place. Booking It is what it's called. It's when you walk in there, I mean, it's got this really cool. I mean, obviously it's a bookstore, so I can't just say all bookstore, but I mean, that's essentially what the fuck it is. But, I mean, it's a really cool place. Really friendly staff. Maybe she doesn't really take a long time because she already knows what the hell she wants. So that was funny and cute, because she's just strolling all the way back there. The Dork Diaries. I guess that's one of the cooler books now, or what have ya. But yeah, we ended up going to, Hobby Lobby. I had to get some wonderful art supplies. Speaking of that, I'm going to be having my framed Ozzy Osbourne painting finished up today. So if you just go down in those comment section below and click on it, it should take you to wherever you need to go. Vander Heiden Design artwork. That's what this podcast is sponsored by for all your wonderful art needs. Anyhow, so we are walking up there, and this is my biggest pet peeve. You go and you hold the door for somebody, and they don't fucking say anything. It irritates the fuck out of me. Because for one, I didn't have to do that. But I did. Because I'm a fucking generous person. Mind you, there was, I think, 4 or 5 gals, I'd say, old enough to know. Held the door for them, and they just sit there and they're in their own little conversation world, but yet they know that I'm holding the fucking door for them. They walk through, don't even acknowledge. And usually my part then, I'll be like, well, you're fucking welcome. But you know what I did this time? And I gotta really quit doing this too, especially with the kiddo by me. But I said, you know what's really crazy to me? She goes, what, Dad? I said, the fact that there was grown women that just walked right through the door as I held it for them and did not say thank you. But you, being 9 years old, said thank you. Even though she didn't have to. You know what I mean? 'Cause obviously she's my daughter, and that's just wonderful. But you know what I mean? I'm just over fucking ignorant people, man. Y'all need to quit being such a douche, and especially like driving too. That's another thing. I'm just come to the fact that I want to chill at home all the time. There's too much stupidity going on nowadays. I mean, even so, kind of to describe the Hobby Lobby parking lot, it's really big. It's shared with a secondhand store, a very big secondhand store, by the way. So it's a very big parking lot. Driving through, it would be the middle section of the parking lot where you would drive because you have parking for thrift store on your left and parking for Hobby Lobby on your right, or whichever you want to do or prefer. Anyway, here comes this person just fucking barreling right through the parking lot. You know? And then they want to look at you like you're the one that's doing something wrong. It's just like, Yeah. I mean, you're trying not to let everything get to you. You know what I mean? And I've been doing a good job with, mental, or talking to myself, self-talk. I don't know what the fuck you call it, and I don't even know if there's a word for it, and I don't care. But, just being grateful for everything. I know the other episode when both the fellas were over and we were, Jake was touching on it a little bit. Waking up in the morning. Oh, thank you. Thank you for getting me up in the morning, and at nighttime. Thank you for everything, today. Type shit. Whoever it is you want to talk to. And, this is funny because now it's coming back to the conversation I had with Cletus Ray when he was on the show, and was talking about the satanic church and everything. And it's just crazy, like how much things can change. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that I go to church every Sunday, sit in the choir, and sing the songs. I've done that ever since I was a little kid. All the way up till, I think, probably like junior or senior, maybe, I think. Either or. Just going there, chilling, listening to the good book. But then, when you go to jail or prison, treatment, whichever one, 9 times out of 10, those people that are sitting in there with you are fucking sex offenders. And I just can't get past that shit. You know what I mean? Like, you fucked up a kid for the rest of their life. Like, I don't know. It just took a crazy turn. Sorry about that. See what else we got here. There was something else I wanted to kind of touch on a little bit. Ooh. Well, Dennis Rodman isn't a fan of LeBron James calling himself king. Man, LeBron's out here acting like he invented the game. Dude's got the stats, sure, but GOAT. That's MJ's throne, bro. I played with Mike. Saw him dominate lockdown and win without all this social media hype. LeBron's chasing rings with super teams, while Jordan just took what was his. King James more like Prince James, trying to flex in a borrowed crown. That's coming from Dennis Rodman. He was the man back in the day. Yeah, and while on the dang old basketball stuff, I know that some of you probably have seen all the crazy stuff going on with the NBA, and there being like dildos thrown out on the court, um, which is pretty crazy. And you know, I guess I don't fucking get it. Like, why are you like taunting these people? I guess I didn't. The other day, I kind of briefly looked into this a little bit, but not too much. I mean, I could just go into the chat GTP and probably type it in there, or Google, I guess. Google, either or. But yeah, I just didn't really know if I want to type that stuff in there. Dildos being thrown on the court. But this was just from the other day. The WNBA is considering playing with no fans in attendance to prevent dildos from being thrown onto the court. And there was a comment down here that's kind of funny. They fold like napkins and then wonder why we don't watch. That's just kind of ruthless, don't you think? I mean, you know, I get it. Some people don't like to watch it. Me personally, do I watch it all the time? No, I do not. If it's on, like when I'm out here in the garage painting, you know, I'll turn it on, or I'll have it on in the background. Do I appreciate what they are doing? Fuck yeah, dude. I mean, why not? They're women, and they're doing what they like, so we got to throw fucking dildos at them? I mean, they already know that they're, you know, they're not getting paid like the men. And I can see where, you know, they'd be pissed off about that. You know, that's almost like the whole, well, yeah, isn't it like the women's rights or something? I don't know. That's probably wrong. And no, I mean, it should be. They should be paid the same. But I do understand how, you know, attendance isn't up and da 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 da. But for people to start throwing fucking dildos out onto the court, I mean, let's get real here. When's the last time someone threw something on like the football field? Because we all know that's starting to come out as it's rigged up. I mean, that's with almost any sport nowadays, which is extremely sad. But I mean, what do you do? I mean, you can't really do shit but just sit back and watch, right? Because that's the entertaining part of it. It was pretty neat. I don't remember what team it was, but this is more of a... Ooh, can you hear that? Airplane in the background. Little airplane in the background. Anyway. Shit. Oh, that's what it was. Minor league baseball team. It's pretty cool. Saw a clip. So apparently, not apparently, freaking stupid. So during their games, I guess they pick a fan out of the crowd to come and bat, which is super cool. I mean, if you think about it, you know what I mean? You're a hardcore fan. Hey, Paul and Christy, if you're listening to this, let's keep this in mind for when the Spuds play next year, huh? I mean, it'd be kind of cool. It'd be kind of cool. You could pick me, throw me out there. I could hit the ball, come fucking run. But anyway, back to it. So they picked a fan and came out. He did the old Babe Ruth. You know what that is? That's okay if you don't. Long time ago, Babe Ruth steps up to the plate and he points all the way out there. And everybody's like, what is this? Oh, he's calling a shot. And he actually hit the home run. Pretty cool. But that is what this fan did. He called the shot and he fucking hit a home run. I mean, that's pretty impressive. Especially for somebody that, is just a fan. But then, hey, what if he wasn't really a fan? He was the guy that got ejected at the beginning of the game for seeing the F word too loud in front of Timmy's mom. No, I don't know. Anywho, let's see what else we got here real quick. And then, so what I'm going to do, this is pretty cool. Joey from 10 for 10, he has a book. He's got a couple books, actually. And I am going to read one of the poems, I guess. I think I might do it like every show. But I do encourage you to go out and pick these up. They get a lot of cool merch. Yeah, you just go over 10 for 10. I'm going to put their link and shit in the description down below as well. But quick little, two quick things real quick before we get into the book. Coffee lovers rejoice. A recent study has found that drinking multiple cups of coffee per day may help your brain age more slowly. That's pretty neat. Daily consumption of multiple cups of coffee is linked to 6.7 years slower brain aging and higher cognitive skills. That's pretty cool. Some people like coffee, some people don't like the coffee. Either or. Here's a little animal bit of info for you. Dolphins can identify humans by checking their skeleton structure through their sonar. They often help shipwreck victims fight sharks and stay afloat because as mammals, they understand drowning. Man, the dolphin is a pretty remarkable animal. Well, we went on a couple different little animal trips. What did we do? We did the vulture. We had little lobster talk. Oh, all kinds of stuff. I really wish these deals would stay up. That'd be super cool. Oh, that's what I was doing. Scatterbrain. I got to give a big shout out to Katie and Tracy. So Tracy gives me a jingle yesterday. Hey, we got something cool for you, man. We're going to drop it off. Heck yeah. Right? Heck yeah. They are great people. And they have supported my artwork over the years, which is true. I'm extremely grateful for them. Get home. Get into the garage / art studio / podcast studio. That's fucking dumb. There's a buffalo skull sitting on the table. How rad is that? I'm looking at it right now, but I'm not sure really what I'm going to do with it yet, but it's fucking cool. It's massive. Like I've, messed with like the cow skulls and stuff, which are, pretty big, but this is, a little bit bigger. Yeah. But thank you once again. Also, if you are in the need for some custom cupcakes, you just hit Trailer Park Baker. Katie, she will take care of you. I believe she's still doing it. I don't really see her posting a lot on Facebook much anymore. But maybe she just doesn't have time. But either or, check her out. Trailer Park Baker on Facebook. The other exciting thing I wanted to say before we get into this book, this has almost been an hour show, which is pretty cool, I guess. Give you guys just a little something to listen to, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, so also when Tracy was over here, it's talking about golf. And if you know, I'm digging the golf these days. Because it's very relaxing. Anyway, Tracy goes, "Hey, do you guys want to golf in this golf tournament?" Shit. Yeah. Super stoked. Never played in a fucking golf tournament before. Am I gonna do good? Probably fucking not. But I don't care. It's gonna be amazing. The Dawn Open, Sunday, August 24th. This is gonna be pretty sweet. I don't know how to explain it. It's just because it's another one of those things I've never done before. So the excitement's there too. You know what I mean? To get it like amped up. And then later too, I can be like, yeah, I got a golf tournament this weekend, fellas. Tea time's at 10, baby. Oh, shit. All right. So, I'm going to get into this. And then I'm going to get this uploaded and get back to that Aussie pick. And then I got to mow the fucking yard. All right. Art with Words by Joey Dietrich. This was published in 2019, so it's a few years old. Ooh, I like this already. Part 1. Fight. 10 for 10. Load my little shotgun. Sit right next to me. Pick these 6 strings up, and we begin to play. Like a loaded gun. Keep it on your mind. Watch for this to go off. 225. I swore I lost you. Then I settled with my Lord. He gifted me this voice and these players. Up on this stage today. A Chevy, a shotgun. Urge to be number 1. We'll hunt all you down that done us wrong. Haters, snitches, liars, and thieves. This ain't no broken heart revenge. Haters, snitches, liars, and thieves. Meet me outside with my little shotgun. Keep living your faker life. Fill it to regret. If you hang a man, just don't forget his face. Keep a loaded gun and rest with your hat low. Dream of only me. Me and this little shotgun don't run. 10-round shots from my 410. The burn of your knife in my back made me write this song. That was pretty good shit. I don't My timing wasn't too good with reading part, but that's all right. That's all right. All this is a new process to grow stronger. So the back of the other page, whatever. This little insert, maybe I guess you would call it. What is 10 for 10? A name given to the best music and poetry I could write. From a dear friend, Colton, he named it after my daughter, Maya's birth date. It is used for my band to get on stage and share rock and roll. Well, that is very cool. That is very, very cool. There is lots of more poems in here, which is really cool. And I'm sure at some point in time we can get Joey back in here. I think, yeah, some of this is very interesting. Lots of questions I have now. Anyhow, let me see. Let me see what I got. We're going to end it with, let's see here. There it is. All right. We're going to leave this with a dad joke. Do me a favor, please, and thank you. Click them links down below. Let me know what you want to hear. Just, smash up that comment section down below. It helps the show. It gives us a little more direction. Maybe not. I don't know. Just fucking comment and shit. And everybody that follows the social media platforms, appreciate you. A lot of times it is such a pain in the ass juggling the podcast with the art stuff. Yeah, either or. Super grateful. We're going to leave with this dad joke, and we will see you, or you'll hear sometime. Who knows? Like I said, we're just going to keep doing random episodes. Just because. Fuck it. I ain't got no schedule. All right. Why is grass so dangerous? Because it's full of blades. Why are ducks bad doctors? Because they're all quacks. All right. That's it for me. Thank you again, everybody that has thrown this in their ear. Joey doing cool little interview in front of the Lyric. Like I said, go check them out. Check out the Three Wheel Bicycle social media pages. Check out the Vander Heiden Design artwork. I'm going to be having more artwork coming out daily. Usually just depending upon how everything goes. I'm your host, CVV. And this is Three Wheel Bicycle Podcast. Oh yeah, also don't forget, don't be a fucking douche. If somebody holds the door for you, say thank you. Also go check out that Broken Wingnuts podcast. Cletus Ray's Roadside Service. Middle of the Road podcast. Also, if you're looking for a new tattoo, get on down to Mills, Wyoming, Two Bulls Tattoo. And if you need a good oil change, get on down to Mobile On-Site Oil. They are on 2nd Street, Casper, Wyoming. Little Shop of Burgers, 1040 North Center Street. Get there or be square.